Welcome guys to a entirely new game. Well, at least new game on the channel. I've had it for quite some time. Um, it's again early access alpha, and this one's slightly different. It's got no save function, so each playthrough is complete and entire on its own. So watch the episodes, enjoy them, and yeah, we'll just start a new life and go from there. As I said, I've had this game for a while. I've been waiting for the patches to get better and get a few more updates. This one, well, one of the reasons I followed this game is it's a God game, and I haven't had a good God game since, what, Black and White and Black and White 2, which would have been the late 90s, I'd guess, early 2000s. But this one's got a good sense of humour in it, you know. This is the current patch, which is Prometheus. But some other patches before this, codenamed Die Hard, McPatchface, Glorious Globe, Zombies Not Included, Hudson, and Cheesecake. And everybody likes cheesecake, right? So, I really wish I'd had a chance to read that stuff at the same time. But yes, this is our brand new God game, and we're gonna turn on tutorials just so you guys can watch at home and learn the game a little bit, and I can be reminded what the buttons are, because I forget. So we've got our normal up, down, left, right, shift to go faster. What is it? Right click gives us our up, down, left, right. And, oh, scrolling in and out. Yep, got that. Next. We're going to place our evolution tower, which is the beginning of your civilization. And nuggets, which are what little people are called, will begin building their residential buildings all around. Make sure you place the other evolution tower close to nearby water sources, as it's an essential resource for your civilization's survival. It's also a good idea to have stones and trees relatively close by to ensure that nuggets have easy access to harvest important construction supplies. Simply click the left mouse button when you're hovering over a suitable location to start your civilization. So, number one, scroll around the planet. We want somewhere with green stuff and a few rocks and a bit of water. I'd really like 3 bits of water close to one another. Decent sized water, because last time I played I used all the water. That's good water, that's good water. That's reasonable water. That's rocks. Alright. Oh, and you'll look as we scroll around the planet, the time changes quite dramatically. Let's go here. Right smack down. Ooh. There we go. Aim the camera correctly. Up. Yeah, it's the scrolling is a little bit. Maybe I need to turn it down. Actually, is there an option to turn it down? Settings. Game. Zoom sensitivity. Yes. Apply. No, I don't want to place it there. Ooh, that zooms a little bit better. Hang on. Tweak the settings again. Way down. Apply. No, I don't want to place it here. That'll do. Alright. So we'll drop our evolution tower here. Construction menu! Learn how to influence your nuggets to build things you want. At the bottom, left click on the construction menu. It's important construction most vital buildings first. Try building a water well to start off with. Place it near the water source for best effect. Building requires certain resources to be constructed, so please allow the nuggets some time to collect enough resources. If you're lacking, most of the buildings in your civilization need nuggets to be assigned to them in order to function properly. Additionally, some buildings require water for operation. Water pumps can be constructed beside a water source to supply your civilization. Residential huts. A nugget's hut is almost essential to their well-being as food or water. This is their home and they will return here as often. Blah 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 blah. You can easily locate one of your hut's residents by clicking on their portrait in the user interface. Every potential family needs to have a hut, and nuggets will automatically construct huts when required. The huts will hold more residents as you advance through the ages, which we can't do yet because it's still early access alpha. We're stuck in the Stone Age. So don't worry too much about your civilization becoming overcrowded. Nuggets! They possess their own needs. They need food, water, and rest in order to survive. Oh look, and we've got a news ticker down here. Where were we? Temperature is too hot or cold, they may die. Nuggets will form families and reproduce as time goes on. That is very true. They breed like rabbits. Although most humans do. Especially without TV. And their offsprings will do the same eventually. We want nuggets to feel like real living creatures. We want you to care about them. Unfortunately, I'm mean. I was always a mean god. I don't give a shit. We hope you feel like you're playing something like an ant farm. Your actions will have consequences. Nuggets will respond to nearly everything you do. Always hover the mouse over an element to get a tooltip. Yes, basics. Okay. So, epicenter is buildings that we can, well placement, blah 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 blah. So, you'll see a status icon hovering above it with a number. The number indicates the refill rate of the well, which is important seeing how quickly the well will replenish its contents after they've been depleted. This value corresponds to the current biome the well is built in. For instance, a well located near a water source will refill more quickly than one in the desert. Oh, 16, 15. Was it 16 there? Let's go with the 16. So beside the water is 15. I can't see that far. 14 over there. Okay. So let's go with a 16 because it's the bigger number. Drop a well. Report the well is fully operational. Zumbas come into the world in the most inelegant way. Mortals are gross. Can we click on this and find out more info? Umber has graced us with their presence. Chaha has been born. They've got no idea what they're getting to. Zimba just came into the world in the most inelegant way. Mortals are pretty gross. So, we got some new babies. 4 adults, 4 babies. According to this, let's keep building. So, we don't need a cemetery just yet. We'll have an eatery, because that seems like a logical place. Although, hang on, what's this say? Nope, this says we're already behind on water. You did well. The well refills itself, but it needs a water source. I thought being an adult was fun. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah. Uma has left their childhood behind them. So now we got 6 adults, 2 children. Yay! They're all locked out. There, somewhat there. So we want a reservoir. Reservoir comes in handy when you're generating more water than your civilization is able to use. All excess water can be stored in reservoirs to use later on if the supply ever fails. Be careful though, water stores in reservoirs is affected by the current climate. If the water can freeze if the temperature drops too low, or evaporate if there's a heat wave. Try to find a neutral zone when placing reservoirs. Well, I'm guessing this is about as neutral as we get. I'll put you in the shade of the rocks. This stuff's just being instant built. I guess we've got a few instant builds to start with. Forecast tower, no. Water pump! Water pumps can be built on shores. Water sources hold a finite amount of water, which means their reserves can be depleted over time. A water pump's panel displays important information. Slow down! Regarding current supply and demand of the epicenter as much as the water level. You can build as many pumps as you want, but remember pumping water will have an impact on the fish population. Here, and it tells us water usage and how that works. Basically, keep this number bigger than that number. Stone home. Yeah, okay. I built a water pump. Shut up. Okay. Don't need a hospital yet. Don't need... No. We want... So a forecast tower at least tells us what seasons are coming up. So let's throw that down somewhere. They can build that when they've got a chance. We want resource management. Adaptation. We want a fishing pier, because that'll get us food, which seems helpful. One there. Same time, let's go with a farm. And oh, we've got some rocks here, there and everywhere. Oh yes, farms. I forgot about that. It's new in this patch. So above it says grassland. That says forest. And that dictates what we're allowed to, or what grows best there. So look, throw the first one in the forest, because why not? Look at it, strip mine. And we're flying through the clouds. So I've got a bit of water on the screen. This is the God menu, which unfortunately doesn't work. They've turned it off in this patch. But you had all the good God powers, like, you know, being able to pick your people up and throw them. Which is always good God power in my books. Chewie is all grown up. Zumba, I thought an adult would be fun. Boy, was I wrong. Yes, more people growing up. Oh, and I want an engineer's hut. Guess I should... Whoops. Guess we just built it over there. Okay. So, the basics of basic gameplay. Water pump. Pumps out water. Good thing. Reservoir. We went through that really quickly because it was on the screen, wherever it is. Resource management. Holds water. Okay. It's fairly simple so far. Eatery. Somewhat like watering holes of the Stone Age, this is where nuggets go to eat and make merry. All nuggets who consume their meals here receive a happiness boost. Can't argue with that. Engineers are responsible for new building construction and repairing existing ones. Hospital. Nuggets will eventually come down with some or other ailment, which means they'll be missing valuable work hours. A witch doctor will get them back on their feet in no time. It's probably the best that you avoid looking into the treatment methods, though. Forecast tower. Matter of time before nuggets realise that they can monitor the temperature shifts and weather patterns on the planet, instead of always having to carry an umbrella around as a precaution. They soon discover seasons which give you information about what to expect in the coming months. I don't know why this uses water, but it does. Farm. Why forage when you have a large assortment of veggies growing in your backyard? Crop farms offer a much higher vegetable production rate than the alternative. While they do take up grassland, the benefits are certainly very appealing. They can even be upgraded for further production increases. And as I said, our people are breeding like rabbits. Oh, we've got our eatery. So, we're going to assign a nugget. We just pick somebody at random who's a labourer. And they just became our very own cook. Where are you? That's our cook. Don't know what you're doing. Delivering resources. So, hang on. Birthday. Oh, so you're old at 13. 13 years old. You're old. Okay. Health, obviously. I'm guessing food? Yes, food. Water needs. Oh, which is affected by temperature. Neat. Sleep. Energy, I guess. Must be energy. How effective are doing physical tasks? Construct or deploy objects in the world. Performing certain tasks can increase the nuggets' might over time. Nuggets' offspring inherit a portion of their parents' total might. Oh, that's nice. So got to make them strong. And carry a certain quantity of resources at a time. The value determines how much the select nugget can carry, maxing out 100 carrying capacity. We're incremented globally for all nuggets with the right research, but certain jobs such as courier nuggets receive a carry bonus automatically. I didn't ever see we could get courier nuggets, but okay. Tag a nugget with symbol. When you open the nugget list, you can quickly find him by sorting the list by the symbol. Oh, that's handy. Okay. So, we've got raw food in the eatery. Prepped dishes. They keep the nugget fuller for longer than raw food. And then we've got beverages. Takes a bit of time to prepare for a beverage for a nugget, but it's worth the wait. They reduce the nugget's thirst decay speed by half. Oh, excellent. And you're cooking something. Not sure what, but something. Oh, what was that? Cattle farm! Wow. Alright. So we need to assign a... Let's sort by might. Oh wow, they're all very... Oh no, here we go. Here's the strong ones at the bottom. So what would a fisher need? I guess strength can't hurt. Okay, so I've got a fisherman with a population of 998. And we have, oh, 1,000,000 units of water. But then we are really chewing through it. Stone hut, stand. Farm has been completed. Excellent. Farm user interface overview. Farms have 3 worker slots for the assignment of farmers. These nuggets will take care of all the planting, watering, and harvesting activities. Depending on their appearances, they may even double as scarecrows. Farms, unlike most buildings, don't require water to function. Water is only needed when it comes to planting crops. Okay. The amount of water needed depends on the crop you choose to plant. When selecting a new crop to plant, it must consider the type of biome farm is to be situated in. Each crop has its own climate preferences. Some grow in grassland regions while others flourish in the desert. You can still plant and grow crops that aren't suited to the current biome, but their growth times and water requirements may be far higher and the food output far lower. Okay. Farm overview. Local storage areas. One is for food and the second one's for herbs. They'll fill up as your workers harvest these resources. Should they become full, farmers will cease planting new crops until the storage clears out a bit. Okay. Only one crop can be growing at a time. When you select a new crop, plant it and will be planted every year at spring and harvest in the fall in a loop until you select a different one. Certain crops have shorter growth times. They may be harvested earlier than others. The white strip between the 2 dots indicates the growth and the current growth progress. Okay, let's see. Oh look, and I've got a hover button. If you want to change selected crop for next cycle, you can do so by clicking on the change crop button and picking a new one. Remember, the crop will only change once the next growth cycle begins. Sounds simple enough. More! As mentioned, you need to take the current biome into consideration when choosing a new crop to plant. Crop biome preferences are shown in their detailed description tab, which you can access by hovering your cursor over the I button. You can also view other details here, such as the growth cycles. In each crop slot, there are 3 circles showing the growth time, expected food output, and water needs respectively. If the circles are food, it means the current biome is best suited for the chosen crop. If they're only partially filled, it means the biome doesn't possess the preferred crop's condition, but it will still grow. Okay. So, we're going to assign a farmer first. Come on. Come on, game. You can do it. Alright, let's try again. Assign farmer. No. Alright, let's try choosing a crop. Healthy Malinda. Okay. Least likely to cause any adverse... This crop is the least likely to cause any adverse side effects, whilst offering excellent growth rate to output ratio. It also doesn't mind dipping its baby toe in the coddler, into the cooler end of the temperature spectrum, but it certainly prefers warmer climates, and that is our best selection we have. And it's a food. Let's go back to all. Crystalline crab apple. Fruit that shatters like a fragile gem in the mouth, melting to a delicious and nutritious liquid. Someone must have decided that the shiny rock looked good enough to eat. They were right. This fruit yields the highest food output. It also takes the longest to grow. But that does give us more food. A lot more water. Wow. Dragon egg fruit. Juicy center of a slightly crunchy outer shell. The dragon egg fruit maintains its warmth internally, making it perfect for cold conditions. However, we don't want to risk seeing what happens when the temperature rises too high. Some call Elmer. Okay, whatever. Bloody diarrhea fruit. This has got to be good. Location data is missing. Oops. Okay, somebody broke it. Juicy acorn. Juicy acorn are excellent all-rounders that are able to grow quickly and optimally in a large temperature range, whilst also outputting a reasonable amount of food. Manbro fruit. Okay? Listen here, bros and broettes. The fruit is perfectly comfortable in its masculinity, but it won't stop it from flexing at every passerby. It's pretty fast, so its growth. It's pretty fast, and so its growth rate. Bad English. It doesn't yield much, but at least it seems to handle temperature changes reasonably well. Panda brain plum. Wow. The most resilient crop of them. These plums can handle extreme temperatures on either end of the thermostat, but their food yield is very low, considering how long they take to grow. Eating panda brains is certainly an absolute last resort. Okay, seems logical. So, let's go with the healthy Mendel. And we need to assign somebody. Yeah, prepping to do location. Assign farmer. It's broken. It's not as if there's a save and reload button. Alright, demolish. Yes. And it looks like I didn't get even my resources back for that one. Okay, let's try farm. Where is farm? There is farm. Alright, let's try farm in grassland this time. Preferably without squishing anything. Is there a rotate button? Rotate? Rotate. Oh, that's rotate. Q&E. There we go. I found rotate. Took a bit of guessing, but I got there. Where's our food? That's raw food. That's raw food. That's cooked food. Okay, so let's put down another fishery, because that at least works. It's going to be a very short game if we can't get farms working. Alright, fishery. We've almost maxed out our water supply. I knew that would happen. And we've got lots of people, so let's plan ahead. And let's go. Somebody walk. Oh, let's go shift so we move faster. Somebody get that water working. And then I always lose it. There we go. Zoom right the way out. That's a bit better. And whoops. We get that water well working. Resource management. No. Resources. Water. Oh, the zoom's still buggered. It's not as bad, but it's still pretty bad. Resources. Water pump. Oh. Alright, I'm going to wander around the map and put down lots of water pumps and try and tap every water supply we can, because there's no limit into how far water will travel. So you can just tap them all and wait for them to build them, which will take forever because they need to hike all over the planet. But you know, if it works, it works. If I can get this one in place. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode.